All right. Hello and welcome everyone to the Wednesday, March 15th edition of the SIG Contributor Experience Meeting, biweekly meeting. As a reminder, we do operate under a code of conduct, which basically says to be respectful of your fellow participants and speakers and generally be excellent to each other. With that, I should have the notes in the chat. I think with Zoom, the chat just stays. If you come in late, it's already there, right? Folks can see the chat link or the
I think Zoom's the one where it doesn't do that.
Doesn't.
Meet doesn't.
None of
Okay,
them do,
well,
as far as I know.
all right,
Yeah.
then there it
Shine
is
does.
again for some of us and for the first time for others. So if you're not in the notes, do go on ahead and join. If anyone wants to be note taker, taking volunteers, anyone want to do that?
I'll do it where I can. Otherwise, but I do have to drop
All right.
early.
We'll just do best effort. I feel like that's what we really do anyway. Someone kind of tries to, but then all right. Recurring business. We went over code of conduct. If there are any new folks on the call, now is your chance to unmute or type in the chat to introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're here and what you're excited about. Totally optional. You don't have to. I think everyone on has been on at least once before. Okay. So I'll move on from that. If you do want to introduce yourself at any time, feel free.
I think I actually may be new to the Wednesday call.
Oh, well, welcome, Roger. Would you like to introduce yourself to anyone on here who hasn't met you yet?
I'm Fletcher Clarice, formerly of VMware, currently of interviewing all over the place.
You have a jersey from the last Contributor Summit that I need to bring to the next Contributor Summit, apparently.
That's apparently the next best place to go to bring it, because the good news is I'm going.
Yay!
Yay.
Awesome.
Saw that on Twitter.
Fellowship.
Congratulations.
Thank you again, Dan Conan, Moore. And yes, that's my news for the day. Is I'm actually going. Yay.
And you're trying to help out with the Contributor Summit as well this time, right?
Exactly. So
Lovely.
That was a
I
big
also
excuse for going. So
yeah. I hope that I will be able to be there as staff. Otherwise, I haven't really been able to help much this time. Which brings us to our first item actually of the meeting, which is events. And the first one under that is Contributor Summit. Anyone have any Contributor Summit news that is actually involved with it at this point?
Yes. As a general announcement, there are a few things that are live right now. The CFP for submissions is live. The GitHub issue for unconference topics is live. And the GitHub issue for the SIG meet and greet is also live. So all three of those things are up and active and waiting for people to jump into the various issues or forums and submit their ideas with the full force and gusto of a Kubernetes lead SIG person.
What do we do with the issue for the SIG meet and greet? What does that one need?
Laura, you want to take that one?
I can take that one. Yay.
I need to send out comms for that still if it hasn't yet, by the way.
Yes, we haven't sent them out yet. So Kim and I were divvying up who we reach out to, but the short version is we reach out to each SIG and ask if they are sending a representative, and then we add them to the issue. And then, right before we make sure everybody's actually coming, we double check that everybody got their flights and everything. And then day of, we just make sure people know where to show up. So that's the short version of what we do with that issue.
Very good.
Cool.
All right. I'll take notes on comms needs throughout the meeting. Any other questions about Contributor Summit? How long is the CFP open for?
Until I think we said the 31st. We have to check the comms, what we said, but I believe the 31st is when the CFP closes. So 2 more weeks.
That's correct.
So we should send out something in the next couple of weeks reminding folks.
Yeah, I think next Monday we'll try and send out a reminder that'll include all the other stuff.
I would
Okay.
actually recommend don't send out on Monday. because that's when the redirect is happening, and there's going to be a lot of other comms and things like that happening for
Yes.
that.
That's a very
Okay.
good point.
I'd probably follow up
Thank you.
on, Tuesday, just as something other than Monday.
Thank you for that. Thank you for
I-
that, Bob.
I might, depending
In
on
many
how
ways.
Monday goes, I would like say we might need to push that to Wednesday because
Okay.
that could easily roll into Tuesday. I feel like.
I
Definitely.
did not know that was happening on Monday, so thank you.
Oh,
Give it a little
well, we've
space.
done
We've
a
been
bad
blasting
job
the comms
communicating
everywhere
that.
I mean,
Best we can.
I knew it was happening, but mentally I didn't associate that was Monday. My own calendar was disassociated. Not that I didn't know it was happening.
Fix my mouth and then refresh my memory. The registration link is in the minutes of the Monday meetings, right? For the summit registration.
Yes, it should be.
Okay.
And if it's not, it's pinned in the Slack channel,
Oh, okay, cool.
I think. No, I don't think the staff one is pinned in
And
the
if
Slack
not,
channel.
So
that'll
there,
ask there. So,
there's one link to register. There is a staff code that you use to register.
okay, but it
should either be in the doc, like it should be in the docs.
okay.
Yeah.
Great.
That reminds me that I registered, but I did not use that. I should fix
You
that,
are one
I
of the
guess.
ones that we're going to track down then.
Yep, sorry. We'll sort that
One
out.
other just FYI regarding CFP and things like that, with enhancements freeze, like people have been enhancements freeze, code freeze. People have been like very, very focused on that, just because like that plus redirect has been sucking a lot of time. So a feeling, again, next week there will probably be more in terms of CFP submissions. So it's a good time for a reminder.
Yeah.
Indeed. I'm guessing the unconference deadline is the same as the CFP.
Realistically, the unconference deadline is the day before the conference. I mean,
That makes sense actually.
because it's unconference. So as the ideas keep rolling in, they will keep getting voted on.
Very good. All right. Any other notes about Contributor Summit? Okay. We can always come back to it if we need anything. Also, there was an introduction in the chat that I want to call out. Welcome, Chad. My name is Chad, and I'm excited to be here. I'm a DevSecOps engineer at Raft. Welcome.
Oh.
Is my mic working now?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes,
hear
it
me?
is.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
Welcome.
sorry about that. Thank you. Yeah, excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Anything else you want to add about why you're here or what you're interested in?
Well, I'm trying to get a KCD Austin together, so I've been
Oh.
working with some folks here in Austin. I'll be giving a talk at KubeCon Europe. So if you're going to KubeCon in Europe, please hit me up. I'd love to meet you. And that's pretty much it.
Wonderful. Glad you're here. Welcome.
Thanks.
All right. Back to events. Are there any other events items that we should discuss? Folks are aware of.
Just a note that I am still working through getting all the community meeting out of everything. It's just, there's a huge list that I found, so it's going to take me a while.
I'll use the word removal. Still in progress. Lovely. Thought I'd write that down for you since you were the one saying it. I can't think of any other events items, so I guess we'll move on unless anyone remembers something. Mentoring. Anyone have any mentoring updates? And I guess no. I think we've been pretty quiet there for a while. Do we have any updates from contributor comms today?
So since Noah didn't know, yes, we do. Noah, The registry is being redirected on Monday,
Just for you.
going
in
from
case you didn't know.
cates.gcr.io to registry.cates.io. By the way, if you didn't know that was happening,
I may
Like
have been a
hello.
little bit distracted.
it's fair.
Fair.
Just giving you grief right now. That's all. So yeah, getting that message out and landing it has been difficult, I will say, because we are seeing feedback like, oh, I don't need to update my old stuff, or oh, I don't need to do this because keeping it around, and like having to remind people like the community cannot make any guarantees around this registry after April 3rd. That's not sinking in. So like I'm trying to fine tune that message a little more, especially internally, because a lot of our customers have said that. So I just want to make sure that we are reminding folks that yes, no matter how you built your cluster, you still need to check, because you could have an add-on or an operator or some plugin, who knows, that's pulling from cates.gcr.io.
The other thing is like cates.gcr.io is going to be sunset. Like,
Yes. Like it's only a
it's-
matter of time.
yeah, like end of year time frame type thing.
Mhm. Is there anything officially that we could announce around that potentially in the next
No,
couple days?
not yet, because we're waiting to see what happens with the redirect.
Got it.
If for whatever reason the redirect does not shunt enough traffic and our costs are still through the roof, then we have to take drastic action with the current registry.
Right. Okay.
So we expect to have our, all that sorted out basically for a KubeCon announcement.
Cool.
That's essentially like our big thing is we want to have signal whether it's going to go one way or the other by KubeCon.
Is that soon enough? That will be my question.
If we shut off the registry, it will be.
Yes, obviously. But yeah, like if we get up on stage and say effective at the end of the week, this shit's off. Like we need to make sure
Effective
we're-
in like 10 minutes when I get off stage.
right. I'm literally pushing the button when I get off stage.
Watch me right now. This is my keynote.
Actually, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it now.
Like a Nintendo
would
Direct
certainly-
available immediately after this.
Yep.
Yeah.
It would definitely be a memorable keynote.
The screaming, the panic,
Yeah.
it'll be okay.
Wow.
Everyone gets up and runs to the back of the area, gets their laptop.
It's just suddenly there's
Indeed.
like lots of laptops getting pulled out. The Wi-Fi goes down. The Wi-Fi is going to go down anyway.
Yeah.
Reasons.
Hmm.
One suggestion, by the way, that Arnaud made was that anyone in the contributor community who has a talk at KubeCon, if you want to put in a little note in there about registry things that are happening, just to help get the word out, might be a good idea. I was thinking maybe we should do some comms internally toward contributors that if you're speaking, if you would like to add something to this, if you have a maintainer track session where you're doing an update about your SIG, definitely do it. But also if you have a personal one that you just want to add a little note into, I think we should encourage folks to do that.
Do you
And
think it? Sorry.
it was
Do you think it
Arnaud.
might make sense to make like a little slide people can just toss into their deck?
Arnaud is doing
yeah, I
that.
think
Oh,
Arnaud is
okay,
doing it.
cool.
Okay, cool.
That's what I was about to
Smart.
say. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes. So watch out for a slide from Arnaud on that. I don't see anything yet. I should probably ping him about that. He said he might need help. Cool. So that's registry stuff. We're totally past that now. Definitely covered everything important. Any other contributor comms items? I know that I believe Sujay is on here actually. Hello. Hello, Sujay. He had been helping me out with getting the KubeCon EU tweets together. And I believe that's ready for folks to start adding into, right? Sujay? As far as you know?
Hey, sorry, can you please repeat?
I believe the KubeCon EU tweets doc is ready for folks to start contributing to, right?
Yeah. The dates and the description is all done. Now we need to write the tweets.
Yep. So I'll be sharing that link out in the SIG Contribex channel. If you know any new folks who are looking for a way to contribute, send them our way. They can write a tweet for us. It's a great way for new contributors to get started. Granted, it's not in GitHub, so that's kind of unfortunate, but still something to do.
In a related topic, you've got tweets, but is there any workflow for toots yet?
Yes,
Over on Mastodon?
I just created case
good-
contributors on Hecky.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did not mention that.
Very good.
It's like Chasm doesn't even have the password yet. Let's just put it like that. So, Bob, this was a question for you. I set it up using one of my aliases as email. I can change that to contributors at. I don't know what you want to do with that long term, but at some point in
Yeah.
time, we need to have that discussion.
We will want to switch it over to contributors at sometime in the future.
Yeah.
Did we check in with the Hachyderm folks that it was okay? Because the Hachyderm has some rules about organizations.
Yes.
Okay,
So
cool.
I read the rules.
'Kay.
And keep in mind, like I'm also a mod and an info person there, even though I
Right,
haven't been
that's
able to
right.
do much lately. So I had a long talk with Q on Friday about like my own social. And it gave me a little more purview into some of the rules and regulations. As far as an open source project like this one, where it's 100% community driven, there are no rules, right? Now, if Kubernetes.io wanted to set up an account on,
That'd be different.
that would be a corporate sponsored account. So basically, we're in the clear. If you want that in writing, I can get that, but it would be it would be a weird ask. But yeah, it sounds like we're good from what I'm reading.
Makes sense.
One other thing, I commented on your PR. We need to put that ref link in a different page.
Oh, we did. Oh crap. Okay, sorry, I missed that. Get
All
the
good.
notifications. What they are.
Just that way it can get verified.
Right, like I just dropped it in that one template because you said put it there. I moved it, didn't I?
You put it in the welcome page instead of the main index page.
Did I not?
They're both called index.md though, so like I'm sure it was just like
fuck. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay, I'll fix it.
So I would say workflow for Mastodon is not quite in place, but we do have an account and we are working it out.
Yes. The next question I had in regards to that, and maybe we'll discuss it more in the comms meeting, is if we want to add this account to Buffer, it'll be another $120 a year. What is the process?
We probably should though.
Yeah, we definitely should.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So
we
I'll
need to get that
figure
request
out-
in.
Yeah. Is it a request? Is it like starting anew? Like, how does that work?
the only thing we probably need to drop in FYI, because I believe the way the virtual cards are set up with a cap, so that way if
Just
you know
enough.
if a card is compromised, it's not
Right.
going to do it. So like I think it would just be a note like, hey, this cost is going up.
Okay. Should I just put that in to steering or?
Just drop a message to the CNC. I gotta drop.
Okay. All right. See you, Bob.
Thanks, Bob. All right, we'll work that out.
Yeah. Sorry. Anyways,
Any other comms items that folks want to discuss?
sorry. Not that I can remember.
We have our meetings on Fridays,
Feel free to
8
join
a.m.
us.
Pacific time. If anybody ever wants to join, you're always welcome. And we also have a channel in Slack. So if you want to keep up to date with what we're doing, folks do post in there. And if you ever need anything, you're welcome to post in there or file an issue with us. All right. With that, I'll move into contributor documentation. Bob.
Oh.
Contributor guide.
I threw a note in there just
Perfect.
because I have been seeing issues popping up elsewhere about non-code guides and wanting to do cross-team collaboration in things like tag contributor strategy. I saw one in tag environmental sustainability, which was a weird place for it to pop up, but that's where it did. And other folks are talking about what does it look like to have a non-code contributor guide, including one team that is working on a GitHub getting started for non-code contributors. So there's some cool stuff happening in the non-code spaces, which is cool since we tried to get the non-code team running again and we just couldn't get momentum on getting enough people because everyone's busy. So
I know the Cisco folks, the Cisco open source office is really pushing on that. So Kim was going to be talking to Taylor, connected Kim to somebody, Taylor Dozel. So yeah, so I know that there's a bunch of different groups trying to do that for sure. I've heard the same thing at Scale over the weekend.
excellent.
Cool.
That's all.
Yes.
And a reminder that we do have a new virtual new contributor course based on our old new contributor workshops available at kates.dev. I put the link in the notes. We are waiting to do big comms about that until we have GitHub workspaces worked into the workflow. So it's there, but it's not quite complete. But if you need it, it is there. Okay, I think that's probably all that we have on contributor guide. Developer guide. Anybody here know anything about that? It's not something I know about. So we'll move on.
I have a inquiry about that. So there is a note somewhere about building Kubernetes in code spaces. But I didn't like, there's somewhere where there's supposed to be a link, but there's not. And so I was just wondering
if
I
you
wanted
could
to
point us to
contribute
where
that,
there's a
where could
broken
I-
link, we could see about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, actually, I posted it in Slack, but
Oh,
didn't
okay.
get a response.
Well, I was literally just talking to folks about how often I should have Slack open. So sorry.
I mean, that's not just you.
Yeah.
I guess some background on the GitHub code spaces thing. That's something that we're working out. So it's not fully there yet. Thus the new contributor workshop stuff. Do we have a point of contact on that? Is it
On
I was
the
gonna say-
dev guide, wasn't it?
on the GitHub
I
code
th-
spaces?
Code spaces.
Craig
that was
Peters.
Craig Peters.
It is
yeah.
Craig Peters,
And
right?
yeah, Craig did respond to your thread, Chad.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I just linked it in the thing. I scrolled back and found it. Chad has
Thank
just linked to where the code spaces information is, but basically it is still being cleaned up. It's not there just yet. That's part of the workspace work going on through the new contributor guide. So but yeah, so if you take a look
Yep.
at that, Craig just linked to a GitHub repo stuff where there's some more information.
Cool.
Yep.
Thank you.
Welcome.
We'll put the link to that GitHub issue also in the notes. Cool.
Awesome.
And with that, so true. In the chat saying that Laura is a ninja. Very true. Contributor site, Bob.
I can answer for Bob. I'm fixing the link to go for Mastodon verification, but I don't think the site's had any significant changes lately.
I would also like to see the folks in contributor comms taking more ownership of the site over time. Hopefully we'll get that worked out.
Yeah. It's tough because it's like everybody's site.
You were saying it needs to get the Mastodon info added, right? That was
Yeah,
what that
I'm doing
note was.
right now. Yeah, I'm just doing it. Screw it.
PR in progress. Cool. All right. So beyond that, moderation and media then? Nigel isn't on today. Anyone else who's involved with Zoom, Slack, YouTube moderation and moderation? Sounds like no. All right, so we'll skip those. GitHub management. Bob? Bob's name is on too many of these. This is one thing that we can take away from this meeting.
Yeah.
That's something that we all knew already. All right. Nikita and Christoph also aren't here, so I assume that we don't have any GitHub management items. So open mic. Anyone have any other items that they want to discuss today in the SIG Contrib-X meeting? Anything about registry or GitHub code spaces or contributor summit? I feel like those are our major things that we have going on.
For open mic, I'd like to do some slam poetry. That'd be
Your
I would
call.
love some interpretive dance also. We could add that as a regular thing.
Can you do interpretive dance on the registered redirect?
Or
It's
just
both.
all about
Either
yelling.
one.
I mean, if you do that as a video on Twitter, that might actually catch people's attention.
True. That is true. Everyone,
We
go make
did the
TikToks
movie-
of you freaking out.
We did the movie trailer for Meet and Greet. Remember that? At what was that? Detroit?
Was it
forget.
Detroit? Or
I don't
before
remember.
that?
Remember when I got all of you walking down with the GoPro?
Oh yeah.
that
I
again.
remember
That
that. Wasn't that in LA?
That's LA, yeah.
That was
Yeah,
LA.
that was in
okay,
LA.
yeah. It was just so empty that I can't remember when that was. But
It's true.
Did you have people joining the shot, Buckaroo Banzai style?
no, I managed to like get everybody to do it and then kind of do like a bit of slow-mo and added the Ride of the Valkyries to it.
Mhm.
It was
nice.
great.
It was pretty
It was
I thought it
dramatic.
was
It was very
hilarious.
Yeah.
It was.
I would love
Very
a link
good.
to that.
If I can find it, I will. But yeah, no, lots of people actually
Yeah.
responded to that. So, if you want to do something silly to get people's attention for the redirect, it works.
Yeah, actually, it'd be good to have that and then kind of note that as a social media approach strategy for the future.
Silliness.
Here's
Silliness
Noah
goes
dealing
on.
with the registry redirect, and it's just footage of me with holding fire, running in circles in my backyard.
We could
I
do
mean,
a
it
video
could
of someone
work.
using Dims's tool
Ooh.
as an actual
So-
instructional thing.
I know that my developer advocates here are working on like YouTube shorts, blog posts, all
That's a
that
good idea.
stuff. So
Uh-huh.
it
If you
might
can get
just
Justin
be-
Garrison to do it.
Yeah, Justin's working on
Mm.
those right now, I think, to be honest with you. So
Yeah.
that would be good to maybe signal boost. I don't know, like it depends how AWS he makes it.
Yeah.
I also might make some t-shirts for Amsterdam.
I survived the registry redirect.
Well, no, I was just
There we
speaking
go,
of Justin
yes.
Garrison. I was just going to take his meme, the Batman meme, and put that on a t-shirt.
I thought about that. I really did. I thought about that and like
I-
selling it like at cost, basically, or donating.
I was thinking of just like half a dozen of them, but
No, like I was
also,
thinking.
Chris,
like,
what's your t-shirt
full shop.
size?
Okay, here's one for you, because this will get everybody going. have like some special swag, like that says like SIG survival. That is like a special swag that if you can prove to me that you've changed your code, you get some.
Ooh. We
Like,
don't
I
have
mean,
enough
think about-
time to make that happen, but it's brilliant.
Well, I can get pins. I can get
Oh.
pins.
Well, that's true.
I mean, we can get pins, we can get stickers. Like, I mean, if we get some holographic stickers that just says SIG survival, I survived the registry change.
That'd be funny.
Do you know how many people would like literally whip their laptops out and change it just to show you they did it?
You have a point. If we can get that funded, maybe we should try it. I do love pins. We need a design. I'm here.
Nice.
I mean, it would work. SIG survival. I survived the registry change. It would work.
Very funny. I like it.
It is
Yeah.
funny. I like funny. We can discuss more on Slack.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right. With that, I think we are done with topics for today. So I can give you all 20 minutes back. Amazing. Thank you all so much for joining.